We are in Mark chapter 3, and we left the scene with the man with the withered hand standing before Jesus and before the Pharisees, and Jesus asking a question to which there was no answer. But Jesus now responds, and Mark tells us how he looks out on this people looking at this man with the withered hand, and he's angry. Not losing his temper, he's angry. God has anger as part of his character because it is right to love in such a way that the wrong is called out and as appropriate anger is expressed. He looks around them with anger. Why? Well, we're told, grieved at their hardness of heart. What is happening here is that the people are asserting, a moral superiority over the things of God. Our morals take precedent over the presence of the living God. He looked at them with anger, grieved at the hardness of heart, and said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." And he did. He stretched it out and his hand was restored. That's where God's going. He's going for a place of restoration. And what is the response of the people looking on? The religious and the politicians? Well, it's this. They went out and they held counsel together as to how to destroy Jesus. I want to say this is fascinating. This is terrible. Jesus had just done something that was magnificent. It was good. It was restorative. It was to put right everything that was wrong. And now you have this gathering of false unity. Why is it that in the heart of mankind is this complete antagonism against God? One group religious, one group political. They didn't ever agree with each other on anything except now. Yes, we agree. We don't want anything to do with this Jesus. And it doesn't matter they had different reasons. There was a false agreement to destroy God. Now, let's put all this back in to thinking about the great and the terrible day of the Lord. The great and the terrible day of God is a day in which God will judge, and all things will seem to be right. For God can do no wrong. God cannot be wrong. Perhaps that's why as mankind we find God so difficult. The idea that if God is right, that I might be wrong, that I might have to change. And so as a result of this incident in the synagogue, the man was changed. He knew that his former withered hand had now been outstretched. At the same time, those who hated Jesus before were now affirmed by the circumstance in their hatred. What are we going to do now? Now we must kill him. So this is a story of conflict. And as we prepare for the great and terrible day of the Lord, we will continue to live in conflict. So how do we prepare? Well, we come back here. Grieved at their hardness of heart. Jesus is saying their whole attitude is hard. To use a modern expression, it's become calcified. They cannot move. This is not about the pump or a furring of something within us. This is about the whole of our lives being calcified. Now, Jesus calls us, and he calls us in our stubbornness to overcome this and to walk on. Let us prepare, therefore, by asking God to examine us, by asking God to show us what is it that he likes, and let us move on with him.